Lin Kaiwei's beautiful, rippleless eyes looked at me quietly. The expression on her face seemed to be saying, "Is that all you've got? Looks like you want my dad to also know what you did on the 30th. Hearing this, Lin Kaiwei's small face turned pale with panic. She immediately took the money. "Your working hours are short, so your salary is the lowest. Only 500 yuan a month. If you perform well, they'll give you a raise. Then, of course, if you make me happy, a raise is also easy to talk about." Lin Kaiwei's cheeks immediately flushed red. "What are you thinking? I meant you should smile a little more. This is also one of the ways to please the boss. Got it? Also, tutor me. I want to get into college. I'll definitely tutor you." "Good. Then remember to come to my house this Saturday." When I got home in the evening, I saw my parents sitting in the living room, looking at me with a strange expression. "You brat. If you don't get into the top 40 of the class, don't blame your dad for being ruthless. Lao Gu, you said that girl is very pretty. Is it true? Why would I lie to you? She looks like a fairy. I can't believe this. Brat's high school has such a pretty girl. It's so strange. I've never seen her at parent-teacher conferences before." "That's right. What does her family do?" "Judging by her appearance and aura, she doesn't seem to be from an ordinary family. Why is she short on money after all?" "Brother, come here for a sec. What is it?" "Brother is the best to Dong Dong. Isn't that right? What's the matter?" "Brother, can you go to the parent-teacher conference at school number 65 for me tomorrow afternoon? Is that okay?" "What exactly is the situation? I lied to mom and dad. I didn't get into the top 20 last semester, but I have to go to school. Just this once. Please take the afternoon off. Would you really leave your little sister to die?" "All right, fine, but this is the last time. Your brother really intends to study hard. I have a mission too, brother. You're the best." The next day, Lin Kaiwei discovered her deskmate didn't show up. At this time, I had already arrived at middle school. Number 65. I subconsciously thought of the uncle overalls from back then. "Uncle." Sure enough, I saw that familiar figure. "Here's a lollipop for you, uncle." Thank you, Xiao Yu. Uncle Overalls always knew my name. Now that I'm all grown up, I didn't expect him to still recognize me. "Yes, that's right, it's me." "Uncle? How many years have you been here, uncle?" "What are you waiting for anyway? Waiting for my daughter to get out of school?" He's waiting for his daughter to get out of school, but he always forgets that his daughter has already transferred schools. "Mom, do you know him?" "Of course I do. His family is so pitiful. Don't be fooled by how silly and foolish he is now. Back in the 90s, he was an energetic big boss. Very rich. Uncle was a big boss in the 90s, so how did he become like this?" "Do you know, Mom? Back then, he was the owner of a big company, managing several hundred people. His wife was even a ballet dancer. She looked like a movie star. The two of them standing together, a talented man and a beautiful woman, they were a perfect match. And then what? Then, this kid seemed to have been framed by someone. The company went bankrupt. He had to pay a lot of compensation. His house and car were all sold. The whole family could only squeeze into a shabby rental house. That's not all. He had a son and a daughter. The family of four was poor, but life was still manageable. As a result, one day, the wife fainted in her dance class. She went for a checkup and was diagnosed with leukemia. Their world came crashing down. There was no money for treatment. She held on for a year before passing away. Such a beautiful woman. Sigh. The lady sighed and continued speaking. After his wife passed away, this guy continued to live on with his son and daughter. A few more years passed. The heavens are blind. A few days before the high school entrance exam, his son was hit by a car at night. The boy thought he was fine. He took the 500 yuan compensation from the driver and limped his way home. As a result, he passed away that night. How does that saying go? A hemp rope always breaks at its thinnest point, misfortune. Only seeks out the ill-fated. After that, it was just one shock after another like that. He couldn't take it and went insane. His life has been truly too bitter. But he still has a daughter. The most pitiful one is still his daughter, when the family went bankrupt. That little girl was only 3 years old. Ever since she was old enough to understand, she's never had a single happy day. After her brother died, not long after, her father went insane. A little girl, just this big, had to go to school and also take care of her father. And she takes such good care of him too. That child is so precious. Uncle, are you kidding me? How can someone be this unlucky? Do I look like I'm kidding? Then I can only say that you live a very happy life. During evening self-study, Xiao Yu had just finished the parent-teacher meeting over here. When he got back to the classroom door, he saw Lin Kaiwei just coming out of the office. "What were you doing in the office? What were you doing in the office?" The unexpected synchronicity made Lin Kaiwei lower her head, a little embarrassed. "I went to the parent-teacher meeting for my sister. What about you? What were you doing in the office?" "No, nothing. During evening self-study, I only read the theoretical knowledge in the book. I don't plan on doing homework these days, except for English. This English subject, I have absolute confidence in it. I can even be number one in the class." I put my book down and left the classroom to go to the bathroom. When I came back, I suddenly realized Lin Kaiwei was gone. I asked the student in front of me, "Where's Lin Kaiwei?" "I don't know." She put on her backpack and left. The head teacher didn't care either. I looked up at the head teacher, Liu Wei. I saw Liu Wei quietly looking at me from the podium. I smirked and lowered my head to continue reading. Evening self-study ended. I packed my things and left immediately, riding my bike straight to the supermarket. "Huh. Did you and that girl get out of school at different times?" "She's already here?" "She's been here for a while. She's working. This girl is so diligent, much more so than you." Just then, I turned my head and happened to see Lin Kaiwei wearing a red apron, carrying out the trash. The red apron is the supermarket staff uniform. I used to think it was really ugly, but on Lin Kaiwei, it gave me a feeling of being both ugly and cute. Seeing me come back, Lin Kaiwei's movements paused. Then, with a slightly unnatural expression, she looked away. "Uncle, should I throw out the empty bottles too?" "Throw them out. Just toss them in the trash can outside." The girl nodded and immediately went to do it. "Just do the bare minimum. She only gets 500 yuan a month. It's like being a black slave. This supermarket is so big. Are you making her clean it all by herself, Dad?" "She volunteered to clean it." "It's not my fault. So what? Feeling sorry for her? I can't be bothered with you." Lao dang. I walked towards the busy Lin Kaiwei. "You went to the office, asked the head teacher to let you leave self-study early, didn't you? And you snuck away while I wasn't there." The girl was speechless. She could only lower her head, her small hands nervously fidgeting with the hem of her clothes. "Do you think you get a raise for working overtime?" "Let me tell you, that's impossible." Lin Kaiwei looked up. her beautiful eyes revealing sincerity. I don't want to raise. Evening self-study ends at 9 o'clock. I can get off work a little after 10. I only work for an hour each day, yet I get 500 yuan a month. After saying that, she lowered her head as if remembering something, but her voice remained stubborn. 500 yuan is too much. 500 yuan is too much? Do you know what other people's salaries are? I don't care how much they have. Mine is definitely a lot. You pay me a lot, so I have to do more work. The effort put in must match the reward. Why are you so stubborn? Sigh. Alright, fine. I can't win against you. Anyway, don't let it affect your studies, got it? Seeing the boy give in, Lin Kaiwei showed a beautiful smile and nodded gently, her eyes filled with a bit of joy. She shyly ran off. Time passed, and it was Friday. When evening self-study ended that day, Liu Ruyan blocked me at the classroom door. Gu Xiaoyu. Tomorrow is Saturday. Wang Haoran invited a few friends over to his house. I've already agreed. You should go too. Go where? I have to study tomorrow. Liu Ruyan watched my retreating back and shouted angrily. Study, study. All you know now is to use studying as an excuse. Just keep being last in the class. 10 p.m. It was also time for Lin Kaiwei to get off work. I handed a piece of paper to Lin Kaiwei. This is my address and apartment number. What time will you come tomorrow? Around 1 in the afternoon. Okay, I'll wait for you at home. Saturday was clear. The sky was cloudless, so blue it looked unreal. Yesterday they agreed on 1 o'clock, so Lin Kaiwei left home a little after 12. Looking at the tall, grand main gate of the residential complex before her, she was stunned. For a moment, it made her think she was in some kind of park. Just then, a knock sounded on the door. I immediately went to open it. The door opened. The girl stood at the door with an awkward expression. This was the first time in her life she had been a guest at a boy's house. What are you standing there for? Come on in. Let's go. To my room. Lin Kaiwei looked at me, a little embarrassed. I think I should greet your aunt and uncle first. Then we can start tutoring. There's no one home. It's just you and me now. Hearing this, Lin Kaiwei's face immediately flushed red. I can't help it. There were people home this morning, but you insisted on coming in the afternoon, but my dad has to eat lunch. Embarrassed as she was, tutoring Xiaoyu was the most important thing right now. The two sat at the study desk. Because there was only one desk, the distance between them was even closer than at school. As evening approached, the tutoring session ended. Lin Kaiwei put on her backpack and walked to the door. Wait a minute. I took out a large bag of snacks and handed it to Lin Kaiwei. Lin Kaiwei stepped back in surprise. I'm not taking money for tutoring. No need. After saying that, she quickly ran off. Sigh, this girl is so stubborn. Monday morning during self-study, Liu Wei walked up to the podium and said, I have 2 announcements today. First, the female student who will carry our class sign in the parade this time has been decided to be Lin Kaiwei. Hearing this, Liu Ruyan suddenly raised her head. Lin Kaiwei also looked over in surprise. Only I shouted loudly, I agree. As for the second thing, after the sports festival ends, the monthly exam will begin the next day. At this point, Liu Wei's gaze fell on me. He said in a serious tone, Gu Xiaoyu, pay attention. Never mind raising the class average. Can you at least not embarrass your father at the parent-teacher meeting? After speaking, the head teacher left the classroom. The sports festival parade, the news that the sign bearer was Lin Kaiwei quickly spread. In the afternoon during P class, everyone was having free time on the sports field. Lin Kaiwei was sitting on the steps reading a book. I was dribbling a basketball between my legs. As I was walking forward, I suddenly froze. I saw a female student on the steps, quietly approaching Lin Kaiwei from behind. She made a motion as if she was about to push someone. Lin Kaiwei was reading her book, completely unaware of someone approaching from behind. I immediately swung the basketball in my hand and threw it at that female student. Lin Kaiwei stood up in fear. She knew the student, the one who led the bullying against her before. I immediately went forward and grabbed the student. Which class are you in? What's your name? The scene over here quickly attracted everyone's attention on the field. At this moment, the PE teacher shouted, Gu Xiaoyu, what are you doing? I ignored him and turned to look at the crowd. You, come out. Sun Hongyan timidly stepped out. Was she the one who pushed Lin Kaiwei off her chair last time? It was her. She was the one who pushed Lin Kaiwei last time too. So it really was you? This time you delivered yourself to my doorstep, didn't you? What's your name? What class? The short-haired girl still said nothing, but her eyes stared at me with hatred. Gu Xiaoyu, calm down, calm down. The steps are so high. She wanted to push someone just now. This is attempted murder. Then I dragged the short-haired girl towards the dean's office. The PE teacher walked over to Lin Kaiwei and discovered that the pure and lovely-looking girl was crying. It's all right. You'll get justice for you. Your classmates Gu Xiaoyu and Sun Hongyan can also be witnesses. During evening self-study, the school broadcast came on. The voice of Dean Ji Riqian came through the speakers into the classroom. Student Shu Yan of class 3 to 5 for repeatedly injuring fellow students and for her terrible attitude, her parents have been notified and she is being expelled. I sat in my seat listening intently to the announcement. If the school's response was an expulsion, I would have definitely gone to the dean's office to raise hell again. I glanced at Lin Kaiwei. She was focused on her work. I didn't disturb her and continued reading my book as well. Sensing that I had looked away, Lin Kaiwei's pen paused. Her lips parted slightly, wanting to turn and say something, but in the end, she didn't. The next evening, I watched the girl busy in the supermarket. She seemed even quieter than before. 10 o'clock at night, the supermarket is closing. Let's go home. Be careful on your way. The girl standing next to me didn't leave. Lin Kaiwei stood there for a moment, her eyes red-rimmed as she looked at me. Xiaoyu, thank you. But don't be so impulsive next time. And especially don't almost get punished because of me. After speaking, she held back her tears and hurriedly turned to leave. Her slender back quickly disappeared into the thick night. I stood there for a long time. Sigh. Lin Kaiwei, if only I had known you sooner in my past life. From today on, I will protect you forever. When I got home, Lao Deng looked at me with a disgusted expression. Tell me, you two go to the same school, so why is the difference so big? She's not even as old as you, yet she's diligent and capable, beautiful, and her grades are good too. She's not older than me. How do you know? I saw her ID card last time. September 19th. This girl hasn't even had her 17th birthday yet. I think it's in 11 days. She's such a good girl. Haven't you thought about getting her a gift? A week later. Morning. During the long break. Ever since that night, she tearfully said those words to me. Lin Kaiwei intentionally kept her distance